think if we're gonna find these guys, we got one last thing to do, and we gotta make the phone call. See if we got somebody that can help us out.
Hello.
Hey man, what's going on?
Not a whole lot.
Got a question for you.
Yeah.
If I know a guy who knows a guy that lost 2 piggies.
Yeah.
You got any anything that might help me out getting those guys back?
Do you know where they are?
This is our area for our little piglets. This is where we had our pigs last year. Worked really, really well. But they're not in here, and we don't know where they are. They were in here. They stayed in here a little while, but we're not used to free-range piglets. And they got out somehow. There's a trail right over here. And what we have is a bunch of these pig panels. They're metal framed, they're really low to the ground, they're heavy, they work perfect. But behind me, there's some fencing behind me that I put in last year, and I stapled it in really well, and they were just able to get their snouts underneath that and bust their way out. And I never even thought about checking that line because it's obvious that that fencing is up. It's just that the pigs could get under it, and I never thought of that. And I don't know where those little guys are at. The problem, the biggest problem now is there are 2 piglets. We weaned them when we brought them here, so they haven't been away from their moms until we brought them to our homestead. So they came in our homestead, and that's at that point is when they got weaned or taken away from their moms, so they're not going to drink from their mom anymore. They're more than capable of eating on their own. That's not an issue, but because they haven't been weaned until right now, they're going to be on the prowl, on the hunt for mom. And so who knows where they're at now. And I'm not sure how we're going to get them back in here. If we do catch them, I think we're going to have to put them in the barn. I mean, I thought about putting the feed in the trees. Would that not be beneficial though, probably, right?
No. Why not? This is what we had to do. So they got out, and they were out in our cornfield last year. And I knew they were there because they would come in at night. We'd have feed right in the barn, right in front of the barn. They'd come in at night and eat it. So what I did is I just started every day. I'd move the feed pan 10 feet closer to the barn and 10 feet closer to the barn, and then I eventually opened the door of the barn and put the feed pan right inside the door for a day or 2.
Yep.
And then moved it just a little bit farther inside the barn, then a little bit farther inside the barn until it was clear at the back of the barn. It took about 2.5, 3 weeks.
Okay.
And then I went out either real late one night, like midnight, or when they're going to be in, because they're obviously coming to the yard for protection.
Yep.
So either midnight one night when they're going to be in, or real early in the morning, 4:30, 5 o'clock before it gets the light out.
Okay.
And shut the door on them.
It's warm enough that I think that the pigs are just going to want to hang out in the trees. Don't you think, Link?
Yeah.
So let's dive into these trees over here. And they're going to want to take cover. They're going to want to be in cool area. And there's a lot.
We should look underneath trees, kind of.
Yeah, look under trees. Let's see if we can see any tracks or anything where they're at. But they like to take cover. I mean, they don't like to be out in the direct sunlight. And so I'm not really worried that they've gone real far. I'm hoping that they're in these trees somewhere. And they're not going to come up to us, I know that, but maybe we can find some tracks. Maybe we can figure out where they're hanging out. Lincoln, you see any tracks at all?
Yeah, one right here. It looked like they were trying to go that way, that way, that way. They could be going anywhere.
There's some pretty good areas here that look like they've been dug up. The dirt's been moved, and a bunch of the twigs and branches have been moved. But it's really hard to tell because we're really not that far away from the chicken coop either, so I think it's a bigger area than where the chickens probably cleared, and I'm hoping that this is just indication of where these piglets have been. Man, them little guys look like a 30-pound Oreo, for Pete's sake. You think you'd be able to find them no problem at all.
If you don't know, know where they're at, it's going to be awful tough, and I don't know anybody that's got a big enough live trap to, bait them into a live trap.
Okay. All right.
That's about all I can tell you. I mean, if you can just, every day they move your feed pan or put some feed out in the trees for a couple days for them, and every day move your feed pan just a little bit closer to where you want to catch them. I mean, I don't know what else to tell you other than that.
I kind of thought it'd be a good time to go look for those pigs because it's hot. It's in the middle of the day. They'd be hunkered down, and maybe I'd have a chance at finding them. But I think I'm completely backwards on that. I need to be out either really early in the morning or at dusk when it's starting to cool down and get them while they're moving. I think I can see them. I'd be able to see them if they were moving around, moving grass, making a trail. But we got no chance with all the tall grass. We've had a lot of rain, a lot of great growth, and I'm never gonna find them looking for them. I don't know, as a last effort for this afternoon, I'm gonna head down to the dam. Maybe they made it down there and they didn't get the water in the yard, so I don't know what else to do, but I don't want them to die because they couldn't find water. That's my biggest concern right now. Well, there's a lot of mud and a lot of hoof prints, but they're not pig ones, and they're not down here. So that's it for now. They're not at the dam, but there's a lot of water going through this pasture, so if they found any of that, they're going to be just fine. There's a pretty good little creek running right through here. I'm just going to walk that and see if I can see anything at all. The ground's super wet here. There's a lot of water in there. We gotta start looking when it's cooler, and we're gonna have to figure out a trap. I just don't think there's any other way than that. I was just out there, and there's branches moved and there's dirt moved, and I mean the chickens move the dirt too, but they don't move the branches, so it's got to be them.
And they don't move it like the pig. I mean, I thought the pigs, they really move that dirt around.
Yeah. Okay. So. All right. Cool, man. Well, thanks. We'll keep. Yeah. I know they're around, so I'm not losing hope on them. I mean, we just gotta get them in here. It's a good